Hello, this is Sean Degerstrom, and I have nearly finished my adventure with ISU Doctorate of Athletic Training Program. Looking back over the last 2 years, I would have to say this is one of the most difficult things that I have accomplished in my professional career. I went into this process specifically looking on improving me. And that's something I don't do regularly in my life. I've always been focused on helping others. Trying to be the best person for myself to help others has been my goal for nearly 40 years of my life. So this is one of the first tasks that I have accomplished that really focuses on myself. And this was intended to become a better clinician. This was intended to become a more skilled educator. But ultimately, it is a process of self-learning. It is a process that I've gone through the last 2 years that I can reflect back now on is I am not who I was 2 years ago. I can look at that process and go, hey, if I need help, or I can ask the appropriate person to seek this help. If I need to make a change, I have the tools to make that change. And sometimes we still all fall into our traps. But now I have the tools to overcome those triggers. It may take time to overcome those triggers. And I still will fall. But ultimately, I have the ability to pick myself back up, dust myself off, and move on to the next challenge that's put into place. There's no point in dwelling on these mistakes. You learn from these items and you keep moving forward. And as I look back at a letter I wrote 2 years ago, it says I will struggle with writing and that I will overcome that. Well, yes, I'm still struggling with writing to be at the highest level that is intended with this program and the expectations that are set there. I am leaps and bounds ahead. But I still intend to keep writing and getting better with this writing process. Because ultimately, we want to keep getting better each day, not just, we've reached this goal. That doesn't work that way. You have to look at things and get better each day. And some days, you have to admit to yourself that you weren't better. You just weren't. You have to go back through that process and be able to move forward. Because that's what it really means in life, is to be able to keep growing from these experiences. Your journey just doesn't end when you're done with the DAT. Your journey ends when you allow it to end. And I still don't know where my end point is. But I'm willing to go through that journey. When I first started at this, I had no idea how to use many things for technology. I now walk into the classroom where I currently teach, and I look as a technology expert, and I still look at it. No, I am not. But I am able to adapt and be able to apply things to make the connections with my current students. I'm able to make those connections throughout the process because I'm willing to learn and adapt and grow. When I started this process, I didn't know how to edit a single YouTube video. You'll get over that pretty darn quick, and you'll make those changes rather quickly. I didn't know how to make a podcast. Still don't think I know how to make a great podcast, but I have the tools and abilities to upload, edit, and make connections with people. And through continued practice over the next few years, I think I might use that as an effective tool to reach more students, give them a different outlet of how to connect in the classroom setting. Now I also look at some of the challenges they overcome. The amount of schoolwork that you will accomplish is daunting. My first year, I remember distinctly being on road trips, and I would sit 8 hours during my downtime to accomplish the work I needed to do. And when I got home, I would spend time with family, and then I'd get up early and do it again. And as I continued on with that, I soon realized I also needed to be a better person. And when you look at that process, that you really have that moment to make that connection, that's what you got to do. I'm a father of 2 small children, and this weekend, right before the AT weekend, my wife needed a break because she has been a champion for the last 2 years with me. And she needed to spend time with her mom. So I took the kids, and I made memories with them this weekend. Because this was the weekend to do it. It was a beautiful weekend, and we went to the park. And while they slept, I did work. While they played, I did work. Because having 2 children, they can play with each other and they're engaged, and I keep my eye on them. And when the dishwasher broke, I had overcome that task and fixed that. So life can continue on as the way it is in the household. So you will adapt and overcome and learn these skills through time. And you will learn to ask for advice and help and be vulnerable. I'm a stoic Minnesotan. I don't like putting myself out there, but you will put yourself out there. You will put yourself in a situation that you will have to overcome. And you will be amazingly happy that you've done this, because the connections you make with your peers will last a lifetime. But one of the most important things that you will be able to do is identify your triggers that prevent you from succeeding. And you'll work on them. You may not be able to overcome all those triggers every moment of every day, but you'll have those tools to do so. This growth will allow you to be successful in the rest of your career. So as you start your journey at ISU DAT, take a look at a nearly 40-year-old man who had no technology experience over the last few years, has adapted to become kind of savvy with a Mac computer. Still have issues sometimes with simple email, but we'll keep addressing that as we move forward in life. So I wish you good luck, and welcome to the ISU athletic training tradition.